start another Unplugged live as soon as my fellow colleagues join. So let's wait just a little bit. Okay, we have Sergio over here.
Good evening, Lionel.
Good evening, Sergio. How are you?
Everything's fine. Things seem
Everything's
to be
fine.
calming down a little bit.
Yeah, so we are accepting Gabriel over here. And let's hope that Gabriel can join. Having some technical issues over here once in a while, but hopefully it will be sorted. Good evening, everybody who's watching. First of all, I want to thank to all the new members that have been joining Portugal Unplugged in the last few days. So the group is growing. And well, let's wait for our fellow colleagues to join.
Gabriel
Okay,
is here.
I can see Gabriel over here as well. And well, we have someone else invited to join us, so let's see if he manages to join us in a minute. Okay, hopefully he will be here in a minute as well. Let me see if he manages to join us. How are you,
Seems that
Gabriel?
Gabriel has just dropped out.
I think he dropped.
He went out for the party.
Yeah, probably. So, so how have you been, Sergio? Long time no see.
A little bit stressful these couple of days. The kid has been going through some development milestones, and so that's basically rearranging
almost a year
our
old,
schedules. Right? Yeah. Not almost. In fact, his first birthday was Saturday.
Okay, well, congratulations.
Thank you. Hello, Vitor.
Hello.
How are you?
Oh, we have Vitor over here. There we go.
And we're missing Gabriel now. We have to call him from the party.
Well, I added Gabriel as well, so he should be joining us in a minute, I hope.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay.
Hi guys.
So
Sorry.
I think we are all here. Well, once again, good evening, everyone. Thank you for watching. I'm Lionel Rodrigues from Desirable Portugal Tours. Well, in case you missed, I've been releasing some videos on my YouTube channel about travel tips. So there was a new one released today. And with me, Sergio Costa from Portugal EV Tours near Porto, the Douro Valley specialist. In the Algarve, Gabriel Lima, the Great Life Tours, so from Albufeira. And our special guest, Vitor Pais from Portugal Expert. Well, someone that I know for a while already. We've worked together. And, well, we want to bring to the discussion today a quite hot topic. You might have seen, some of you, a post from 2 days ago about a documentary that was, well, being featured on one of our TV channels. So, well, let's talk about this, about what's going on in some crowded touristic areas. And also, well, about our thoughts about the do's and don'ts, or about what you should be aware of, or at least to check when you want to go on a tour, to hire someone, to search for a nice experience. Okay, so before, well, I'll give the word to Vitor. Well, Sergio and Gabriel, you are a bit more used to this Facebook Live, so I just want to hear from you if you have well, just something really quick to add about this, and we'll start our chat.
Sure. No, from my end, I'm actually really sorry, Vitor. I'm just really looking forward to hear Victor's take on this, and welcome to joining us on one of our lives. We know that you're watching us very closely every single week, But yeah, it's a very hot topic, and I'm actually looking forward to hear your opinion on it, and maybe we'll chime in with a few comments, and let's see if we can follow a good conversation for the next 25 minutes or so. So go ahead.
Vitor.
Vitor.
So, okay,
There you
so
go.
I'm Vitor from Portugal Expert, and I have a long way in this business from 2009. And now it's a little bit complicated the situation because almost no rules. So we have lots of special guides from different countries. They don't know nothing about Portugal, and they sell the tours in other markets. And is not fair to our business to have that kind of people. And it's a big problem because no rules. If we see it's not nothing in the law, so they stay in the market, nobody control. So it's issues for the clients. When the clients get one of that guys, they listen things like we see in the program, the Comércio Square and the King Jose in a horse is the Cavallo de Alfama, so it's crazy things. And a couple of weeks ago, I stayed in a meeting in the museum in Lisbon, and the director says the part of the museum was not finished, and they have some problems, and they listen. The guy says, "Oh, was the bomb from the Second World War?" So things like that is crazy. So we need to make something against.
So
So
I just want to ask you. So
what do you think about?
Well, you mentioned the legality of the situation, and just for a little bit of clarification, what I would like to say is that well, the tour guide profession over here in Portugal has been something that has been sort of liberalized. Obviously, it's more of a free market approach, I would say. And in this free market approach, the thing that is legal versus illegal, to be honest, I haven't seen the news yet. I've just seen some hot topics, some hot takes of the full play. I'm actually looking forward tonight to seeing a commentary on that play. It's going to start in 20 minutes or so. So as soon as we get out of the live session, I'm probably hopping on another YouTube channel to see the commented version of that play. But legally wise, what people need to know is that to render or to offer touristic services, right now, the only thing that we need as tour guides and as tour companies, we need to have proper insurance, proper registration with Tourism of Portugal offices, and even from people who are already in the business for quite a few years. I don't know if they are doing it on purpose or if they are just simply forgetting about it. But we've been coming across quite a few registration numbers in the Tourism of Portugal website that don't show up valid licenses because they don't pay, for example, the proper insurances, they don't have up-to-date insurances and things like that. So this is the legal that is on the books, that is the law, the requirements to offer tourism and touristic services. The other thing has to do with the free market, as I was saying, because theoretically, and this is all an abstract thought, obviously, the market will dictate the success of some persons and some companies, and will also dictate the downfall of other persons and other companies. If you're a tour guide and if you're focused on the customer, and if you're a pleasant person, and if your knowledge is above average, then your company, your reputation, the individual will stand out amongst everyone else. If, on the contrary, you offer bad experiences, bad tours, bad services, etc., soon enough, you'll be out of business because no one is going to be recommending you. I usually say that it's almost like tasting wine. If it's a good wine, everyone will want to drink it. If it's a bad wine, probably it will stay on the shelf of the supermarket. But these are some of the considerations. So this is just the beginning of the conversation for me. What do you think? I want to ask you, Vitor. What do you think that is pushing these people to embark on these kind of activities, tourism activities, the learn as you go mentality? Because on the report we saw, it was more about the tuk-tuk drivers, and they were learning as they were going. You saw them on during their downtime reading history books and things like that. Obviously, there is a will over there, but they are still not ready to offer their services upon to the customers, to the tourists, and they'll end up with hearing things like the towers of the Central Palace. They are meant for making ice cream, and things like that. They are shaped like that to make ice cream, but what do you think of it? Why do you think that these persons are arriving over here? Why do you think that they are going for the tourism business?
So it's because the business is controlled by big companies. So some smart guys, they made a register in the tourism of Portugal, that online register, and they are ready to start to working. So they contract people from India and Pakistan and whatever that areas of the globe. So they have a small salary, and in the program they says is 50, 50 the value of the tours they divide with the owner. So one register is possible to put few tuktuks in the same business, only one register. So the guy, they import people from that country, so in the low salaries, and they speak English. Some is the basic, is speak English, arrive in Lisbon, and they offer the tours in Lisbon and in other places, but the worst is Lisbon. They offer the tours in English, and they shows you pictures of nice places in Lisbon, and the tourists don't know what they are buying, so they see nice pictures, the guys speak in English, and they go, because sometimes they don't have nothing to compare, they don't have information, only arrive in the places, they have many of that guys, and some few ones work for the same owner, so nobody controls that. And the police, even I talked with the police a few days ago and asked if they check the register Renat license, and they says we only see if they have or not. We don't have chance to see if they have insurance, if they have if the register is valid or not. So they only see the register, the number, and they take note of the number, but they can have a chance to check. So imagine a guy have few tuktuks registered, but you don't know if the guy have the insurance, if they are valid registered or whatever. And the clients arrive, they show, oh, we have this number of registered. So the client don't have chance to check that. Even the police don't have. So it's very easy to put strange guys working in that job and no formation, nobody check if they have qualifications or not. It's only driving and made a story like the movie a few years ago, Who Wants to Go Millionaire, and the kid stays near Taj Mahal and start the story completely different of the real story of Taj Mahal. That is the same. They arrive in Lisbon, pointing the places, tell a story, and the clients don't have chance to compare if it's real or not, if it's expensive or not, if they have qualification or not, legal or not. So that is the problem. And it's very easy to put many people working in tourism and no qualifications, no rules. That is the problem.
No, let me just
even the tuktuks, when it starts the tuktuks, was no laws about that. And now the city of Lisbon, they have problems because they have hundreds of tuktuks and no solution to take the tuktuks from out of the city. So they made that new law says 300 streets they can go and In Porto they made the same, but it's not in action there. So they stop everywhere again. So it's a big problem because no rules in the beginning. And now they try to have a solution. I think it's not so easy.
Mhm.
Let me just say something, and this is curious. I was chatting today with my assistant. She's been learning a lot about what's going on, and she was quite impressed by the few bits that she saw from the TV play. Okay, so when I saw it all, and I saw the debate afterwards. And it was on the debate after that report, okay, that I really got to understand one thing. First of all, it seems like the authorities don't have a clue that the Renat permit needs to have an associated insurance. Why? They were discussing, the police was saying that they didn't have a lot of, fines for no insurance. But the news reporter, she was saying, no, we got here from the health and safety and economics authority, the report that what they checked that was very little had a high percentage of no insurance. So what ends up happening, and this goes back to what Sergio was saying, there are a lot of people presenting the license, the Renat, okay, but no one checks if that has an insurance associated or if that insurance is valid. Because there are two kinds of Renat that you can have, and I truly believe you might have this going on the vehicles or whatever. You apply for the first level that is only for the walking tours. You are not obliged to have insurance, but you get your number anyway. And you can present the document, okay, saying that you have a Renat number X, Y, Z, whatever, but it's probably only for walking tours and you have no insurance associated. But then if you upgrade for the next level of vehicle tours, van tours, jeep tours, whatever, you need to have an insurance. And on that insurance policy, the insurance policy needs to have the license plate of the vehicles and how many passengers they are allowed to. Okay, so in my case, I have 3 vehicles and I have 2 different insurance policies. So license plate of one vehicle and the other vehicles are on the insurance policy. And I truly don't believe that a company that has, by example, 100 tuktuks has the insurance policy of the Renat with the 100 license plates. Okay, yeah. So that is exactly my point. So they might have a license, yes, but the insurance associated to that license probably doesn't exist or probably doesn't contemplate all the vehicles. And this is a very critical thing. If the authorities don't know about that and don't check the insurance policy associated with the permit, not the insurance policy of the vehicle, it's 2 different things. You cannot confirm if that vehicle is legally insured for the activity because the license plate, as I mentioned, needs to be present on the policy. So this is a big thing, and I've got to know several months ago or over a year ago or something that there were people borrowing licenses from each other, people doing tours on private vehicles, but they were carrying the paper of the Renat with them that someone lended to them. Someone gave them the license, just okay, you can do a tour on your car and tell them you're working for me and so on. So if something goes wrong, there's no insurance, okay? And this is a very critical situation that once again, probably by the lack of knowledge or the lack of training, the authorities end up not knowing really what to check. So this is unfortunate because what we've been seeing, and even in some supposedly well-known professionals, what we've been seeing, it's that as no one checks what's going on, the customers don't or shouldn't be the customers to check what's going on. The customers don't know how to check that, and they end up just being carried somewhere by someone that has, well, first, no qualifications, but worse than that, it's not insured for the activity. and things can go wrong. Okay, and this is something that I've been telling very often. Things can go wrong, and what if things go wrong, or when things go wrong, the insurance companies will just jump out of it. So this is a very critical thing, and it got me quite impressed when I saw the debate after the play, to really understand that who should know how to, or what to check, or really how to check it, probably didn't know how to check it properly. So what are your thoughts about this, Vitor?
You know, I stay in this business for 15 years. And 2 weeks ago was the first time someone asked me for the credentials and insurance.
Okay.
Customer asked me, we start talking about the program, is few days, and in the moment they says, oh, but to go ahead, I need to see your credentials and your insurance. But you see, 15 years, only this time someone asked me for that. So imagine how many clients during all these years and nobody checked that, nobody cares about that. So the people don't know. So it's part of our business also, advising the people. In this business, you need to have these, and that. If you don't have, be careful. So I think we are able to make something to help the people. Don't go to that touristic trap.
You know, that has been a little bit what, the three of us over here, okay, me, Sergio, and Gabriel, we've been kind of preaching about all the legality and the insurances. And it's good to see that at least, better later than never, okay, that some potential customers are worried about that, and they start asking about that. It seems, I feel that, at least the message it's getting somewhere, it's getting to someone. So, of course, it's probably a little bit too late. But at least it's good to see that people start being worried about that. Okay, so and if more people ask, at least all of us, we are here to provide all that information about our businesses, because it should be that way. So if you have everything by the book, and if you comply with all the regulations, it's not because we want to be different, whatever. We are just following what is legally established, and it's on behalf of the customer's protection and for the quality of a good service. So this is how we should work, with everything by the book. At least I'm happy to hear that someone asked you. So that means that from the customer side there is a consciousness on that.
But in 15 years, the only one.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So
Vitor, in your opinion, what should people who are looking at booking a tour, booking something with travel agents, with tour operators, what should people be looking for?
So the most easy thing is control all the reviews the people have in the groups, in the valid platforms like TripAdvisor, Viator, and all that. So if the people stays there, is a sign something is good. Next, see what the people talk about that guy or that company, because it's a different talking about one guy or one company. Because if they talk about one guy, it's about that guy. If they talk about one company and they have lots of tour guides or whatever, you don't know if the guy stay with you is good or not, because you have the opinion of the company, know about that people. So try to check the real the guy goes with you, if he's real okay, if he's friendly, if they get good service, they have good reviews, and even ask for the license and the insurance is the solution for that. But most important is see if they have reviews, if they have a good name in the market, and all that. So it's basic.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So Gabriel, anything to add?
Yeah, well, I've been listening. Well, Vitor, yeah, welcome to the pack. Well, we've been talking about this so many times. Like you said, Lionel, we've been preaching although we are not priests, but we care about people. A few years ago when we met, then I was one of the guys was always trying to keep people alert about these things, because for me this is important, and I mean, and it's mandatory. I don't even understand, and I'm not going to waste much of my time talking about what other guys they do or not, because to be honest, I have to care about me, I have to care about my guests, and of course I use also my time here in this podcast, these live sessions, and here and there I try to help people too. But at some point, I mean, ultimately, it's the government fault, because the things, they don't work like they should. So we have laws, and then we don't have people to check the laws, to enforce the laws, to punish the outlaws. And then at some point, it's like a big tidal wave that is coming and engulf us. Like sometimes I know there are lots of people, and they work and they apply the law, and yeah, it's the kind of people I deal with, partners like you guys. So I know I'm not alone, but sometimes it's like there are no rules anymore. I mean, and it's getting worse. 9 years ago, when I opened my company and I started working here in Albufeira, the things, they were a bit more control. I remember. Now it looks like, people, they don't care. I see guys with scooters and headphones. I see guys guiding tuktuks or Ubers or whatever. I mean, they don't even speak Portuguese. They don't even know what they are doing. Some guys, they don't even know how to drive on the right side of the road. And this is, of course, nothing against immigrants, because we are a country of immigrants, and we have lots of immigrants. I have lots of friends from all over the world. It's not that. It's about following the rules and being a good citizen. I mean, Jesus Christ, like we saw on this program we had at Now TV TV channel. Some guys, they were saying, I'm learning. No, if you don't learn, if you don't know how to speak Portuguese, you can't just do this work. I mean, and some, they don't even know how to speak English, and some, they don't have documents. I mean, this is it's awful. It doesn't look like a developed country. And to be honest, and I've been talking about this, it makes me sad, because I'm a local guy, I'm a Portuguese person, I'm a European person. I like to help people, but I don't like to help smart asses, and I can't stand with this smart ass thing. And I can see more and more people working like this. No, they don't have insurances, they don't care. And let me address you something here that I don't want to go too deep, but we live in a time where we have this realm of Facebook travel groups, influencers, guides everywhere. Like they are like mushroom. They grow everywhere, and it's okay if they follow the rules. Okay, but then we have these guys. And I remember one very popular influencer on Facebook travel, who once we had a telephone call through Messenger. We had a call, and I remember the guy told me, Gabriel, why you care so much about the tour guides who have insurances or not, or if they have licenses for transfers or just for tours or whatever. Why do you care so much? And then I said, of course I care. I know I live in a society. I have to I participate in a society. If I don't care, if no one cares, so this is no longer a society. We have to be conscious about our accountability. We need to be, I think we need to be good citizens, not perfect. We are not perfect, but Jesus, we have the laws. We just need to follow the laws, and they are not that hard to follow. The insurance, they are not that expensive. I pay a few. I have 7 or 8 insurances, but okay, sometimes it's tough, but I can't even imagine working or taking my guests without licenses and insurances. And then let me tell you something else. Like I said at the beginning, it's ultimately it's the government fault and each individual fault too. But you know, as a visitor, I'm a traveler too, and we have to be very aware about the people we are hiring. Like Vitor, you said, and we've been saying this, ask about insurances, ask about licenses, and then you can even send an email to tourism board, the Portuguese tourism board, and you can ask if this guy is licensed or not. I mean, don't put yourself in danger. It's unbelievable what we see, even here in Albufeira. Albufeira, it's not as big as Lisbon, but as you know, in summer, it gets almost the same size of Lisbon in terms of people. And then I see people on tuk-tuks without seat belts, with kids. And you know, Albufeira, it's like a roller coaster up and down, just like Porto, like Lisbon. And then I see people, they are putting themselves in danger. So I don't understand this. So just to finish my my take on this, you know, I think we all are responsible for our actions, and we all can do better. You know, I can offer my services, and I can tell people that I'm following the rules, and people, they feel comfortable with me. Even today I got a very nice review, because of course people, they understand. I share these concerns with them too, because we talk about, you know, we talk about Portugal, United States, Brazil, Canada, whatever. We talk about all these things, and then they understand that I'm the kind of person that follow the rules, and they feel comfortable, and then they recommend me. Like you said at the beginning, I don't remember, I think it was Sergio, that then if we do a good work, we create a good brand, and then in 10 years, I'm gonna keep around here working. But yes, we have to address this. You know, we all have the responsibility for our actions, and even as a visitor, we have to be careful, and we have the responsibility to ask if the guides, in case you hire a guide or whatever you do, you should ask if the guy is complying with the law. I mean, don't think it's not your responsibility, because ultimately it is too. Because if something happens, if a tuk-tuk turn around and someone die in a tuk-tuk, maybe your own insurance will come after you and will ask you, so who was the company, who was the guide? And then what you're gonna say? Oh, the guy has no license. Then everything is, it's going to be a big trouble, right? So let's avoid these things, and let's try our best. Well, I'm going to keep trying my best, and I'm sure you're going to keep too. So guys, sorry, and
let me just add something to what you just said, and this is quite impressive. When you see people online about asking recommendations, oh, I want to rent a car on this company, but they have so terrible reviews. I want to book a flight on this airline, but they have so terrible reviews. I want to book this hotel, but I read this or that. And why people don't read the reviews on the guides, or at least they go after something or someone, and they don't ask, can you please provide your background? Can you please provide your reviews? Can you please show us who you are? Can you please tell us what you've been doing? Okay, and I have a long background in the past, I probably, if I'll do some research, I'll find reviews from my tours 10 years ago. Okay, yeah. In other companies, even before I worked with Vitor. I'm sure I will find reviews from other companies before that. If I'll go online, probably there are some still there. And if I do a collection of all those reviews, I can show my background. So a part of that, and a part of all the licenses and legal requirements, I think this is the best, assuring thing that we can provide. It's really, our resume, our reviews. So you have your company for, several years, Sergio as well. Vitor is in the market for a long time. I have my company, slightly over 3 years, but I'm on the business for a long time as well. And I started on this tourism industry as a freelancer in 2006 in corporate events. As well, I had an off-roader like many that you now see everywhere. doing tours. So I had one of those, and that's pretty much what took me to the tourism business. So we have our background, and what's best to check than all that. And then sometimes, well, the difference is not so much in in numbers or in the euros or in whatever, but we can provide a lot of reassuring checks, or people should really check on that and search on that. So it's very important what you just mentioned, and I really feel that sometimes, people search so deeply a lot of things, and they end up not assessing when they are hiring someone to carry them from A to B, to transport from A to B, when probably a lot of things can go wrong, more than, by example, staying in a hotel where, the shower doesn't work, or the air condition has a malfunction, whatever. Okay, it's a safety issue. It's really about people's safety, and people should be concerned about that. So, just my 2 cents about this. And time just flies, but I still want to throw the ball towards Sergio and then to Vitor for some final considerations. But this was once again a very interesting chat. So, Sergio, what do you have to say?
Well, this is basically, again, all stemming from that news report, that investigation piece that came out a couple of days ago, and it all boils down to what we've been talking about, that sometimes it's the boring aspect of traveling is you just want to have fun, you just want to relax, you just want to enjoy, but you also want to be safe, and that is the underlying foundation of any travel experience. When you're boarding an airplane, I know that for some people, they always have in the back of their head, in the back of their mind, in a very recessed corner, but it's there, it's nagging at them. What if something happens with the plane? You want to be safe. The same philosophy applies to the things that you'll be doing during the trip. Where am I going to sleep? Is this a quiet neighborhood? Is this a safe neighborhood? With who will I be touring? Is this a good guy? Is he a safe driver, a safe person, etc.? Is he following the rules or not? So the news piece report just adds a new dimension, a new layer to all of this that we already had over here in the country, where there are guides. Fortunately, the majority of them, or I do want to believe that the majority of the guides, they are good guides. They do this work out of their hearts. They like to host people. They like to share in the history and the traditions of our country. They want to share with the beautiful locations that we also have to offer over here. Some people are a little bit more specialists. That is my case. I specialize in the Douro Valley. This is a place that I know like the back of my hand, basically the history, the ins and outs. But we all strive, at least I can speak for the four of us over here today, we all strive to deliver a very good service and a memorable experience. With this new wave of people coming and taking advantage of the fact that tour guides, being a tour guide is now a liberal profession. You just need to have the insurance. And sometimes, unfortunately, as we've been seeing, the majority of them are not speaking Portuguese anymore. They don't know our history, and they don't have the proper insurance. It's a big leap of faith, and fortunately, for the most part, nothing bad happens. But the experience is not going to be the authentic. It's not going to be the most pleasant either. So this is a new layer. It's a new problematic that we're now starting to face, and that this news piece just shone a light on it. So be careful, be wary, ask a little bit more questions, and people who are honest, people who are straightforward, they won't have an issue answering those questions to you. Provide us with some of your previous sorry, provide us with some of your previous feedback, some reviews, insurance numbers, where can I find them? All of that. And these are questions that only take 30 seconds to ask. And good guides, we can immediately give you all of our numbers right away, top of our minds, and a couple of links to our TripAdvisor pages, to our Airbnb experience pages, to Facebook, to reviews on Facebook groups. So there's a lot of places where you can read about people. So that's it for me, Vitor.
So it's the same idea, and it's the same advice is checking the people where you talking about before you buy your tours and your experience, because it's oh, your holidays, and you normally the people stay with the family and check what hands are carrying your family. So check that, check the reviews, check the vehicles, check the. I remember many years ago, one guy from the United States, I go to the airport to pick up the guy, and the guy was looking at my tire of the car, and I see the guy looking down and says, "What's happened? I'm checking your tire." Okay.
Yeah.
So, so check the basic things: the car, the
Yeah.
people, insurance, and the most important, reviews. Try to check who is that guy and what is the background of that guy. So that is the most important. Is the unique advice I give to the future
Well,
clients.
Yep.
you just draw here a very good idea, checking the tires.
Oh,
If
yeah.
the guy doesn't have a good tire, don't go with him. I think it's very basic, yes. So if the guy doesn't provide good tires, Jesus, let's get out of here. Well, good one. Okay, guys. Well, from my hand, well, I think we said it all, and we don't want to talk like for 2 hours in a row. But I think people who will see this video on YouTube too, they will get some good insights here. And yeah, ultimately, keep it safe and enjoy Portugal. Avoid scams and avoid to put yourself in danger. Guys, for me, all good. I just want to wish you a great week ahead.
Yep.
Thank you.
Likewise.
Bye.
And thank you, Vitor, for joining us tonight. It was a pleasure having you and a very nice conversation.
Thank you very much. Well, I'll see you back again next week. Thank you, Vitor, for accepting the invitation. I'm going to post this on our YouTube channel in a few minutes, so it will be available on YouTube as always. And well, we'll be back next week with more interesting topics. So it's time to, well, get ready for another tour tomorrow. So I'll be back on the roads. And well, see you. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Have a great week.
Bye.